Hey, all right, guys. Kevin the Toy Smuggler here, and today we're going to be talking about Star Wars once again. Big shocker. But anyway, today's topic is the Landspeeder, and this is one of my top favorites. I mean, this was one of the first things that you got to see Luke Skywalker drive around in. So I mean, it's really takes me back when I was a kid, getting to see it back on the big drive-in theater and stuff like that. So this such a iconic images that just pop into your head when you remember seeing Luke Skywalker going across that desert and everything. Is this man just brings back the moments. And I tell you, so I figured it'd be kind of cool today to try that new camera angle around again, and then take a closer look at the vintage Star Wars snowspeeder. And I have a couple cool surprise when we do that. So guys, hold tight. Let me get this camera turned around here. All right, here. Trying to get this going here. All right. Trying to make sure this baby is going to stand here. Very, very precarious. Let me get these papers out of the way. We don't have nothing interfering. Good. Now I can even see. So, all right. So here we go, guys. We got the vintage Landspeeder. Really cool ship. I mean, and pretty tough considering. I mean, if you even though if it you had any issues with the landing gear and stuff like that, this thing was one of the few ships that was extremely pretty easy to work on. And I will show you that too. I got this very rough Luke Skywalker here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Get it to focus in here. Of course, you don't want to focus. But see, guys, see if I can get this on camera. That's right. I'm trying to be very delicate with this. So, yep, do not want that to be messed up. I don't know why this thing does not want to focus. There we go. Now it's figured out. Now it's caught the face. Very cool, very cool. Needs a little bit of cleaning. But one of the things I was wanting to show you is, as far as working on this thing, it tend to, like I said, the landing gear would mess up. Come on, focus. There we go. But luckily, you got these screws on the bottom of it. On the front, had two in the front. Right there underneath the wings. Let me see if I can't get this to go forward a little bit here. Yeah, I think that'd be a little bit easier. And like I said, the landing gear here, if you didn't watch it, it could break. You can hear that spring in there. But you can, if you have a broken one, you can actually take a spring out of like an ink pen and stuff like that, and it works really great. The great fix. You can use O-rings, but springs out of ink pens tend to work amazing. A little hood pops up here. Sticker in good condition. Peeling up a little bit, but I mean, don't get me wrong. You can use the glue stick, or even a very light coat of Elmer's glue would work. But I just tend to leave them alone because these things are so dry. I'm afraid if you get any kind of liquid on it, you could have some issues. So I try not to even mess with it. I even hate, and here's another kind of problem. I've been wanting to work on this one. I see this in a lot of those, but factory-wise, getting put together, you can see the little tab here. Let me get my finger in, is on the wrong side. Easy fix. Like I said, you just undo those screws, and but when it does that, you can see this little knob here does not want to go in. So you got to get your finger and push that knob that way. Now you're able to close it back. So when you go to push that in to pop it, sometimes it wants to go behind there. And if it does, just push down, get this back going proper way here. That way you're not putting any extra pressure on it and may crack that tab off. So all I got to do is take it out and open it just enough to get that back in the right place. and everything. High glass, get the high arch on it here and stuff. Just a beautiful, very simple in design. You can see if we can get a shot of those stickers in there. Still got the original stickers on the inside. Like I said, this needs another good cleaning. I actually got another one put up that's like mint. So this is one I keep out for display in case if it gets banged up or whatever. I tend to kind of put the really nice ones up to where they stay nice, and then these are this like the stunt doubles, so to speak. So, but guys, that's a quick look here. I know you think, okay, is the video over with? I told you I had something else for you, and thought it might be kind of cool to bring in a companion piece here for a little show and tell here. This is the 95 version remake here. Trying to get these cameras. I'm trying to tilt this camera just a little bit more, guys. Try to get all this in viewpoint here. There we go. Now we got these guys lined up. And because everybody said there for ages they use the exact same molds, but I'm have to say I beg to differ on that. I think they took made some shots out of the old mold and then built on top of that and made a completely new mold. Now the hatch right here, I do believe that is a complete remake, and I believe that these little silver things here on the side is an exact remake. But this shell here, there's just certain details that's been added on this that I don't think, you know, this is a complete new mold. I really do. And then on the wings here, completely new sculpt there. Then even if you go to flip it over, you know, it's not quite matching up, so to speak. Even these things, the holes where the wheels go in are actually a totally different design. So like I said, I think they took an old one of these and sculpted on top of this, because I mean this 95 version is slightly bigger, and I just think they added a few more details on it and stuff, but they kept these parts all together and stuff. I'm gonna set this one to the side here so we can go just a little bit more detail. New seat, same size, but they added more. They added a texture plus these little breakaways. The spring loaded deal is completely the same structure here. Let's see if I can get it apart. It's a little. This one's actually a little bit. There we go. A little bit tighter, and the reason why it's tighter, I'm gonna try to get a close up right there. See, let me get a pencil here so I can point this out. Right there, see that little notch that's sticking out, that little like rounded part right there. That makes it a little bit difficult to get the wheels out of gear or engage the wheels. You bring this one in, it does not have that piece. This one slips out very easily. So this acts as an extra little guard. So when you go, let me see here. Kind of hard to do this without getting in you guys' way. So you take this in here. There we go. When it goes up, it has a little notch to catch on to. So it works really good that way. So let's see what we got here underneath the hood. A little bit stiffer there. There we go. A totally different look on the sticker. This one's a lot plainer. The vintage one, same size sticker, but the vintage one has a lot more design elements and a lot more buttons and yellow and green lights all over it, and a lot more wires running around. Much more simpler design. Also, too, you will notice the very low windshield on this one versus your vintage had the high rise here. See if I can get this to work right. There we go. More than double. This one, if I'm not mistaken, is slightly more movie accurate, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think this one was. I think this one's still too low, but I think it is just a little bit closer. And obviously, the paint scheme is very, very. I don't know. And mine seems to look even a lot more than some of those I've seen. These varies about as bad as the Castle Grayskull paint apps and stuff. So you see a lot of different versions. So this one right here is just, it's got it everywhere. So, and I remember buying mine. This is the one I bought. This is not a secondhand buy. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. Mine just looks a little bit more. I don't know. This right here, unless one of my family members got a hold of it and I was not aware. Because the paint, this little piece of paint right here is not looking right. But a lot of this other paint apps looks factory done far as the type of application. So I don't know. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that and see if I can see how many different variants I see in paint jobs done on in pictures and stuff. But I don't think, I think this is yeah, somebody put this part on there. I don't remember that paint even being on there, but it looks like somebody. I do have a lot of grandkids, so I definitely got some culprits running around. Looks like they might have got a hold of it and played a little bit. So that's probably one of the issues here. Grandkids, that's not the first time. I've got a Scarlet that is missing her body parts from the waist down. It's funny, I went to go to my box that had all my vintage 82s and 83 GI Joes, and 3 or 4 of them was busted, and which is very common. You open up a case and find busted, the O-rings just explode. But you typically find all the parts, especially when you have them all neatly together and not loose. I had them in containers. Yep, from the waist down, she is completely missing. So yeah, someone got in there and played a little too rough and then tried to hide the evidence. All right, guys, got one more quick little treat here. We got exactly the coup de grace, the Black Series, and this is my favorite Landspeeder of all. I mean, it is hard. I mean, just look at the detail right there. Just simply amazing. There we go. Look at all that detail. You can even see through the wires there. That's very cool. I done a lot of paint apps on my own on this one. If anybody has these, you'll definitely notice the paint apps that I've done. My thing was I wanted this thing to look very greasy, dirty, and nasty, and I put the filth to it. But in my mind, it just actually made it that much better. Spin this baby around. Really nice detail on the back. I just love all the 3D details that are on this. I mean, this thing is so nice. You could almost do a stop motion film with this right here. That is just how nice it really is. The accuracy. And you even got the little space back there for the backs where their legs are supposed to go in. I got some weapons in here stored. Tusken Raider tips, the binoculars and stuff like that. Let's see here. Got the big long rifle so you can tag some Tusken Raiders down the line. But like I said, I had a lot of paint apps. Now I love that feature right there, them scars. Right here, and let me see if I can get my finger. Right there in that corner. Very nice. Very nice touch. Like I said, now you can see all the different weathering I put in there. Just really tricked it out. I just had a blast with this piece. And in the San Diego, I'm not saying it's the San Diego version, the control pad did not have, I'm trying to do this without causing an issue, was not painted. But I got in there and painted mine. Trying to get in there where you can see if you can see it. Let's see. Trying to get in there. Yeah, there we go. See the little red dots on everything. The standard version did not come with that. And the other thing it did differently, if I'm not mistaken, it's this deal right here is you pump that and it made the engine turn, if I'm not mistaken. And so I even added all these little grimy details on that. Put some paint apps on it. Just had fun with it. And that's what all this is supposed to be about. You know, show you all the greasy weathering I put underneath the hood. There you go. Now you can see all the. And when you look at this on as the clean version, I'm here to tell you, it just does not feel right. It still looks cool as far as the details, the 3D details, but it just don't feel right being so clean. So going in there and really greasing everything up, and then coming back, like adding the little red buttons you see over here on let's see, on this side over here. You can see, and I'd come in for a highlight, showing some shiny metal. But what is that piece that's supposed to rotate is that rotor right underneath there. So I just didn't ever see the big deal there. And like I said, this version does not spin. So I just never, I just didn't ever care. It's not that big of a deal. And if you like that, that's great. The Luke Skywalker that comes with this is really cool. I love the soft goods on the Luke Skywalker. And my 3PO here, I know you're all probably wondering, what is the deal with the 3PO? I will pull him out so you guys can check it. This is the red arm version 3PO. I had at the time I got this one, I had a hard time getting your standard 3PO with the silver legs. So then I ended up getting the new movie version 3PO. Give him a second to come in focus here. So you can see that one darker arm there. So I gave him a dark arm. I'm trying to kind of go with a little bit of a feel how they did. I put the silver leg on there. And to kind of just go with where he's kind of mismatched. So I gave him a black arm here. Off of like, you know, like the Death Star droid that was very similar. So I figured, you know, he might have got a hold of one of those. So that was my thinking on it. I just love the weathering. He just, you know, 3PO always looked like he went to hell and back. So that's what I was trying to do with him. Show you some of the details back here. Just had a lot of fun weathering him up. It really brought to life all the detail because here's the thing, it's a lovely sculpt on this character. But unfortunately, hey, Alpha Tron, Jibber Jabber, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining me, guys. See, don't know what's wrong with YouTube. I can't get any videos to play from any channel. Huh, that's odd. See, love the Landspeeder, but still can't see anything. Huh. So no one can see anything? That's very odd. Let me pop on another channel here and see if I can't see anything. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to double check. Because everything that I am looking at from my end seems just fine at the moment. But that don't mean anything. YouTube does some weird things sometimes. It says I'm live here. Let me click on it. See what I'm seeing. Very slow pulling up here. Huh. Up here. There we go. Huh. Up here. There we go. Huh. Up here. There we go. Got to get off that. So I got it to work. So I hope things are working out. His YouTube crashed. Everybody's having issues here. So I hope everyone can see me here. I got it to work on my end. I could see it. What I've been doing, guys, here's just been talking about. Got the Black Series Landspeeder here. Just before that, talking about the 95 Landspeeder. And of course, started the show off with the vintage Landspeeder. So just been going over a few things here. So hopefully, guys, if you missed out on this, maybe when I end the stream here, it might make it a little bit easier for you guys to go back and watch it on a second round. But I just wanted to show off this 3PO, the paint job. Like I said, the great sculpt on this piece. But the problem is that bland, funny gold with no kind of wash on him. You just lose all the details that are on this guy. And 3PO, sorry, has always been one of my most favorite characters of all. I'm trying to get this baby to focus in here. There we go. See, everything is dark on YouTube. So it's all YouTube. So it's not just the toy smuggler. Is that what you're saying, Alpha? So it must be, sounds like there's just something weird on YouTube altogether going on right now at the moment. But it's, like I said, this is recording. So maybe, like I said, if everything goes all a heck in a handbasket, you guys can come back and watch it again and share it and stuff like that. But I just want to show off the paint job on him. Like I said, and really enjoyed doing this. If I had a whole bunch of other these, I would do so many different ones. But by making him green, now, like I said, I do not use acrylics. I use oil paints to do these kind of techniques. Use burnt siennas, use the black, and do even a kind of a mixture of both. Now, the arm here, yeah, this arm here, was done by using, see, it's a problem all over. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. I'm glad it's not just me. So I am glad about that. But what I did is use one of them a Marks a Lot marker and done it like 3 or 4 different times and stained that ugly, stupid red, and then came back with a highlight just to kind of give it that idea that, you know, this arm, that arm over here came with the Death Star version of 3POs and stuff like that. So, and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to show that off. Like I said, the Black Series, like I said, don't get me wrong, I love the vintage Snowspeeder, Landspeeder. But I have to say, when I got my hands on this baby right here, wow. This is really where I fell in love with the Black Series. It was this vehicle right here. And then not long after that, they came out with the Dubok and Sand Trooper. To me, those two really just, I think they done it perfectly for us fans. I mean, I just think they done an excellent job with putting those two items together, and I'm very pleased with my Snowspeeder. So these are all my favorite pieces, some of my most very favorite pieces all the way around. And like I said, yes, I went in here and added more paint details on this. And everybody, I know some people say, well, you just devalued it. Nope. Not planning on selling it. I've made it the way I would done it. And so to me, I added value to it. Because like I said, there's just no way I'm going to be selling this. Just not going to happen. So a lot of cool details in here. Like I said, I just love all these little, let me get my, figure out what fingers here. All these little details right like that right there. They didn't have to do that, guys. And I love this huge scar that runs all the way through. I just love that. I just think that was just a great detail to put on there. And like I said, I can't remember. Most of you guys kind of missed it, but go back here and show off this engine. I'm going to kind of turn this around a hair here. See if I can't give you guys a better shot of this. Here we go. Yeah, check out that. Really greased up the engine. Popped some of the highlights and stuff. And I have to say, guys, as much as everybody's been blasting Hasbro, they hit this one out of the park. I mean, so I wish they'd go back and think about maybe who they had on these certain projects. And that might be the key. You put certain people on certain things, magic happens. So there you go, guys. Look and see here. It's gone again. We'll try. So you about to, it just keeps spinning and trying to load. Yeah, I did notice a little issue on my end trying to pick up, but it picked up, but then I had to get off of it because it's echoing and stuff right here. Well, guys, I went a good 25 minutes here. I'm going to hop off here. So let's all just put a reminder to come back here maybe in an hour or first thing in the morning. Please come back and watch this video. Like to it, share it if you don't mind. Like I said, I understand you guys are having trouble, but everything on my end looks like everything is recorded for the good 25 minutes. And I went in pretty good detail on all three of the versions of the ships. So please just come back, enjoy later, and please put some comments on it. And guys, just so you know, this coming Monday evening, I have a really cool unboxing I'm going to do that has an amazing toy community story to go with it. So please catch me that evening. If I get a time to kind of figure out, I got to wait for the parcel to come in, and it usually comes in between 4 and 5. So sometime after 5 o'clock, I will be going live on YouTube with this cool unboxing and this amazing toy community story to go along with it. So guys, sorry you guys having trouble, but please come back and join me. Thank y'all so much for hopping on here. Ed, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you described not, thank you for joining me. Glad to see you here tonight. Hope you come back, brother. Y'all have a great day.